Yes, hello. Anyhow, we'll get right into this. So I was at a gas station last night, and it was in like a big city type environment, and I grabbed a cup of coffee and a pack of cigarettes, and then I just sat outside the gas station. It was a busy gas station, and I just was kind of relaxing because I've been driving for hours, and so I hadn't had a cigarette break or anything like that for a lot of hours, so I just wanted to relax and shit. So I get my coffee and my cigarette, and then I'm just trying to relax, and I'm noticing that I can't relax, and so I'm looking around at my environment, because that's kind of the reason. That's the reason I'm not really able to relax, is because I'm in this chaotic environment, and so I'm just kind of looking at everything, frustrated that I just want to relax, and it's so hard to do these days. Wouldn't you agree? Like just trying to have a moment that isn't full of madness and chaos. So I'm looking around at all these things that are disturbing me, which is part of the problem. Because whenever I'm a firm believer that whenever something is disturbing me, it's because there's something wrong with me, and I'm looking externally, to project blame outside myself. So, and this is it's just a bad habit, whatever. So, anyways, I'm looking around, like what is going on? It just seems like there's like just constant chaos and shit. And so I'm and all these cars are swarming in and out of the gas station to get gas, And the cars, a lot of these cars have really loud engines, So I'm just observing all this, and I'm hearing all these loud engines of cars, And I'm looking at the cars, and they're all like nice, brand new, really new, nice cars. And they're either kind of like when you look at cars, they kind of have a personality. There's a style. That's part of the pitch of selling the cars, the look of it. And these cars, like, they're new and they're nice, they're sleek, and they're like sporty. A lot of them are like sport. Well, pretty much all of them. Sporty, and they have these loud, sporty engines. So they look and they sound like they're aggressive, aggressive, like fast cars and shit, right? And they kind of have the face of the car has an aggressive look to it, like I'm a fast car. Look at me roar, hear me roar. I'm a fast car, and so all these cars are zipping in and out of the gas station. And then there's also trucks and jeeps, but they're all the same. They all have this kind of appearance and sound of like it's an aggressive, fast, strong, very strong cars, and the thing that really was I guess, for lack of a better word, fascinating, is just that they were all like so new. And, when you look at these cars, like these are not cheap cars. I'm talking like, the average price of these cars that were coming in and out of the gas station, they averaged probably $60,000 a car. And so I'm looking at all this for like a long time. I'm just observing this. And I don't see one like hoopty car. They're all these cars, I'm watching for I'm smoking a cigarette watching all this. So, and I smoke a couple cigarettes. And so I'm talking like 20 minutes, and I'm seeing like there's tons of cars coming in, a very busy gas station, and every fucking car averages like an average cost of like $60,000, and they all have the kind of an aggressive face. Like the look of the car is designed to look like it's a fast, aggressive, strong car, and then the sound is like a loud, amplified sound. The car has to have an amplified sound. It has to have an amplified look. Like, look at me, I'm very aggressive and I'm very strong, And these cars just keep coming and going, getting the gas, coming and going. And it was like, I'm talking like I'm sitting there for 20 minutes and all these cars are coming in and I don't see one fucking hoopty, right? I don't see one fucking hoopty. And I'm thinking about like, I've never owned a car like this ever in my life, never. And so then I'm you see the people, they get out, so their car comes in like that, right? And it's all sleek and brand new looking and modern and aggressive and right? Like, look at me, right? And it's like every car's like this. And so then of course the person gets out of the car, And so then these people get out of the car, but like, again, you think about it, the image of the car is like very aggressive, very like almost alien-like, just like look at me, this is badassery, like badassery. Like, then the person that gets out of the car is like fat, like 150 pounds overweight, and the person either has like a really like a look of hubris and pompous when they get out, and they're and they're like fat, overweight, like kind of stupid looking people, they're just stupid, and a lot of times angry. Either angry or with a menacing cackle. Like if there's 3 or 4 of them in the car, they come out and they're like they have a menacing look and cackling like they're laughing at something or at someone else's misfortune, like or like I'm so awesome. It's just this attitude, right, with all these people. And then they're just like really all their flaws. They're just fat and kind of ugly. There's nothing special about them, but they think they're really special. And it's the car that makes them feel that way too, because when they're hiding inside the car, it's this boom, 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 and the headlights to the car have the shape of eyes, and the eyes are kind of have like a mean, the evil eye. The shape of the headlights of the car has like the evil eye look on the car and everything. This is all designed by design. That's how they sell these cars. But then the people driving them, they look like they were the kids in school that were always bullied and stuff. They're fat and nerdy and goofy and. They're just kind of like all these nobodies driving these nice cars. And then when you look at these people, that you know that like they're not, it's not like they're doing something really amazing with their life, and like they have some groundbreaking career that they're involved in that allows them the ability to afford these $60,000 cars. And I mean, I'm telling you, I sat there for 20 minutes, and in 20 minutes, I only saw one hoopty, and my car is like way worse than that car, right? I had to look close to see that it had some blemishes on it, and that it was an older model vehicle. Yeah, and all these people getting out of their cars, they're all like, you know, they're just like pathetic looking people, like, you know, typical NPC. There's nothing special about them at all. And so I'm looking at all this, just like wondering, what in the fuck is going on in the world? You know, how is it that, like, I'll sit at a gas station, a very busy gas station, and watch cars come and go and come and go and come and go, and every single car is fucking, you know, like at least a 2019 or 2020 model, you know, 2020 up to 2024, very sleek, very nice cars, very expensive cars. And of course, all the cars have that same design where the headlights look like the evil eye, the Todd Madi evil eye, and the shape and design of the car stands out as like, you know, a very aggressive and fast and strong car that's, you know, with the evil eye headlights and then the over amplified sounds of the engine, right? And then these people are coming and going, and they get out of their car, and they themselves have the evil eye. When they get out of the car, they have this evil eye look. Either that, or they're just confused, stupid look on their face, you know. And you know, you get two or more of them riding in one of those vehicles, and when they step out, when they pull up to the gas station and step out to pay for their gas or whatever they're doing, they're all like have this menacing look on their face, and they're all cackling with a sadistic laughter as if they're laughing at the misfortune of some other person or something. And you just watch this. I'm just sitting there for 20 minutes watching this. And so and then I start thinking about, like, well, first of all, you can tell by looking at these people, they can't afford a $60,000 car. So you know immediately the majority of all these people, these are all car loans. These people have all got car loans. You know, these stupid car loans that they're never going to pay off. In a couple of years, they're going to file bankruptcy, and you know, and there's just nothing special about these people. But they drive these special cars, like they're James Bond, like they're in a James Bond movie or something, right? And they're all just like the most boring type of people. There's nothing special about them. They're just talentless. They either have state jobs or, you know, or whatever. They're just lame. It's just totally, like, everything about it is completely lame, you know. And it's so common that everybody's driving a nice car that there's nothing special about it. I mean, you know, like you pull into a gas station, a busy gas station, and everybody's driving like a 2012 vehicle that's got a little dent here or there, a little bit of blemish here or there, and you pull up in a 2020 Jeep. Yeah, you stand out. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, you know, wow. But when everybody's got the latest vehicle, you know, everybody, like, you just have, there's nothing special about it. And so I'm looking at all this, and I started like viewing it from a perspective of like a demon possession perspective, because the cars take on the shape, and this is all by design. Like, these people that build and design these cars, they create them this way to have that sleek, strong, you know, look, and with the evil eyes. So it's like they're like, you know, it's all designed this way, you know, and so that, because the car has a look of power, like, I'm powerful, like the face of the car has this look of like, I'm better than you, I'm awesome, hear me roar, I'm so awesome kind of look on the face of the car. And so these people, they take on the same persona when they're driving the cars, and then when they stop at the gas stations and come out of these cars, they have the same look on their face as the face of the car, and it's like demonic. It's like a demonic kind of look, right? So I started like thinking about demon possession, and when you look at, like, these people are possessed by these cars because they can't afford the $60,000 car, so it's obvious. You can tell by looking at them, like they're not they don't got it going on. And so it's obvious they're all these people, they all are just basically borrowing these cars, you know, with like really high interest rate car loans and stuff, like just total sellout kind of stupid shit, just poor life decision people that are trying to mask themselves and charade about as though they're very successful people, when you can tell they aren't. When they step out of the car, they're just another Joe Blow, right? And then you start looking at like how these cars like possess these people, because they're locked inside this car that they're borrowing, that's on loan with like crazy interest rate car loans, and so they're completely owned by these cars. These cars possess them. They're trapped inside them while the car zips around. You know, and the car's got the headlights of the car have the evil eye, the Todd Madi evil eye look, and all this shit. And like, it's like they're possessed by these objects. And so I'm like looking at this and I'm thinking, whoa, man, this is crazy. So I started looking up like a demon. You know, what is a demon? So I started with this, and so this is what it says about a demon. Well, what I tried to look up is what is the root of the word demon. So here we go. In 1200, an evil spirit, a malignant. Let's start with just an evil spirit, because anybody, like, you can have, we can all have a spirit, carry ourselves with a spirit, like a spirit of forgiveness, or a spirit of a charitable spirit, or a spirit of liveliness, or, you know, like a positive attitude would be something like carrying oneself with the spirit of positivity or something. And a demon, in reference to that type of use of the word spirit, like with a spirit of indignance or whatever, you know. And so with an evil spirit, like, a person can carry themselves with an evil spirit, where they walk around cackling at the laughter of the misfortunes of others, and you know, and carry themselves about with like an evil eye and a prideful look, you know, and like they're above everyone else, and kind of carry themselves with that type of spirit. So an evil spirit, a demon, you know. Okay, then that says a malignant supernatural being, an incubus, a devil. Okay, from Latin, demon, spirit. Demon means spirit from Latin. Again, the word spirit, one of the more common uses of the word spirit would be like, you know, that you carry yourself with the spirit of. Damn it. Fuck. Of dignity, or a spirit of you know, like what's that? Team spirit. Like when you're in high school, the team spirit. Like you're on the team and you carry that spirit with you to encourage each other and stuff. So team spirit. In reference to the use of the word spirit in that sense of like spirit. Is what kept coming up for me. And then so it goes on divine power. Divine power. Well, see, divine power. That's how these people that were driving these cars, as I was observing this, they step out as though they themselves are divine. They're so divine in their divine car. Anyway, we'll move on. Sometimes including souls of the dead, one's genius, lot, or fortune. From pi, divider. That was an interesting one though. Divider, provider of fortunes or destinies. To divide. So the word demon, the root of the word demon is da. And what is da? To divide. The malignant sense. God of the heathen idol, also for unclean spirit. Well, that's another way to look at it. Like when you see somebody who's full of hubris and with the evil eye and the cackling, laughter, the cackling laughter of menace, that's unclean spirit. That's just like the person is carrying himself with a spirit full of pride and lust and greed and the cackling laughter, the menacing cackling laughter. It's a spirit that a person, and that's the spirit of these vehicles. The way they design them is with the same sense, malignant sense, like a godlike, Anyways, so I was just kind of observing all this and reading this stuff. The usual ancient Greek sense, supernatural agent or intelligence lower than God, ministering spirit, is attested in English from the 1560s and is sometimes written as daemon or daimon for purposes of distinction, meaning destructive or hideous person. And then this one really got me: an evil agency personified, where because I remember because I was talking about the shadow archetype in reference to psychopathy and how a psychopath is like evil personified. A psychopath is like the shadow archetype personified, because the shadow archetype is the determining factor in that person's life. Like that is their dominant archetype is the shadow, and that is evil agency personified. It's the same, means the same thing. So the word demon is really, it's a curious word, man. The demon of Socrates, was a dominion, a divine principle, inward oracle. His accusers and later the church fathers, however, represented this otherwise. Interesting. So Socrates was describing it as something within a person, like a divine principle, inward oracle, like which is what a shadow archetype is. That is just something, an internal archetype that everyone has. The demon of Socrates, a divine principle or inward oracle. An inward oracle, that's the same thing as like an archetype, a union archetype is the same thing. And then it says that his accusers, the church fathers, represented it otherwise. So they wanted to take the meaning of it to mean something more supernatural, as though it's supernatural. These are just some interesting things that I want to share my thoughts on. And then let's see, it goes in. So I tried to, because the root of the word is da, day. That's the root of the word demon. Is day, to divide, which I thought was really interesting as well. To divide, because isn't that the problem? Divide and conquer. Keep everyone divided so the power that be can continue to hold the lion's share of all power. To divide, demon. So because the root is day, I tried to look up what the other half, and demon. So DEAMON. So I put AMON, and the closest thing, or no, DAE, but there is no Ammon. So the closest I could come to that was Ammon with A instead of E. And then this is what came up is the name of the Greek and Roman conception of the Egyptian sovereign sun god, Ammon, said to literally mean hidden, which goes into when you start talking about Illuminati and Freemason and stuff, hidden, as well as, the Egyptian sun god, Ra, also Amun Ra. This they confused with the ram-headed divinity god. So it looks like there is some link to the root of the word demon, which is DA, and then the second half of the word demon, Ammon, which is the closest I could find to the second half of the word. But then it appears to be linking up. I mean, the pattern recognition seems to start coming to light. The ram-headed divinity god, the sun god, the Egyptian sun god, and then we look at some more references to Ammon. Volatile, a colorless ammonia, volatile alkali, a colorless gas with a strong pungent smell. I don't know. Ammonite, which is interesting because I have to deal with ammonites a lot in the gem and mineral business. You see a lot of ammonites, and there's a lot of mysticism and mythology and stuff tied to ammonites, where it says here, medieval Latin, Ammonus, born of Ammon, the Egyptian god of life and reproduction. Who was depicted with ram horns, which the fossils resemble. The Ammonite fossil resembles this. And the Ammonites were also thought to be petrified snakes. Hence, I've never heard the term snake stone, but they fossilized Ammonite, apparently, one use of the word, or one, anyways, whatever. So, and then the other thing, I'm just going over what I got. So this is another etymology of the word demon. The word demon is interesting because it is a pseudo-transformative root that means demon. One has one meaning, but a similar word, demonstrate, whatever, that kind of goes into blah, 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 bullshit. But right here it says, we took the word demon, which we define as an evil spirit, a fallen angel, from Latin, demon, which means a spirit. Latin took the word from more ancient Greek, daemon, which means a minor deity or lesser god or a guiding spirit. An alternative meaning is given as one's genius, luck, or fortune. Greeks took the word from Proto-Indo-European daimon, a word believed to mean one who divides, or one who provides fortune and destiny. The root for this proposed word would be Proto-Indo-European de, meaning to divide, and from which we ultimately derive the word tai, strange. The association of the word demon with evil spirits was developed by biblical translators. Jewish scholars used the Greek word to translate Hebrew shiddim, which in the Old Testament means lords or idols. Old English loaned scholars the word defol to translate Greek daimones or whatever, I don't know. Other false transformations of this root include pandemonium, demonetized. I thought that was funny, demonetized. Anyways, so just some observations